Hello, I'm Dr. James Whittaker, and today I'm going to reveal the real reason you're waking up multiple times every night to urinate, and it's not what you think. What I'm about to share could transform your sleep quality and restore the restful nights you've been desperately missing for months or even years. Just last month, a 58-year-old patient named Robert came to see me exhausted and frustrated. He'd been waking up 4 to 5 times every night for 2 years, and it was destroying his marriage, his energy levels, and his quality of life. His previous doctors had focused on his prostate, prescribed expensive medications, and even suggested surgery. But within just 3 weeks of addressing the real underlying cause I'm about to reveal, Robert started sleeping through the night for the first time in years. Today, he tells me it's like getting his life back. If you're one of the millions of men who drag themselves out of bed multiple times every night, feeling exhausted every morning, and wondering if this is just part of getting older, what I'm about to tell you could be the breakthrough you've been searching for. The solution isn't complicated, but 95% of doctors are looking in completely the wrong place. The massive medical mistake that's keeping you awake. Here's the biggest problem with how nighttime urination is typically treated. Doctors immediately assume it's a prostate issue. They'll prescribe medications, recommend supplements, or even suggest invasive procedures to shrink your prostate. But here's the shocking truth. For 95% of men experiencing frequent nighttime urination, the prostate isn't the primary problem at all. I've seen thousands of men spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on prostate treatments that barely make a difference to their nighttime bathroom trips. They take alpha blockers, saw palmetto, pumpkin seed oil, or undergo expensive procedures, only to find themselves still stumbling to the bathroom multiple times every night. Sometimes doctors will suggest it's a urinary tract infection, kidney stones, or some other urological issue. While these conditions can certainly cause urination problems, they're relatively rare compared to the real culprit that's affecting millions of men worldwide. The truth is, the number one most common cause of nighttime urinary frequency has nothing to do with your prostate, your kidneys, or your bladder. It's something happening in your blood that's forcing your body to wake you up and empty your bladder multiple times every night. Sohwant, the hidden culprit destroying your sleep. The real villain behind your nighttime bathroom trips is too much insulin in your blood. This condition is called insulin resistance, and it's an epidemic that's affecting over 80 million Americans, most of whom don't even know they have it. Here's how insulin resistance develops. Your body's cells become resistant to insulin, which means they can't properly absorb glucose from your bloodstream. To compensate, your pancreas works overtime, pumping out more and more insulin to try to get glucose into your cells. The result is chronically elevated insulin levels circulating in your blood. Now here's where this connects to your nighttime urination problem. When you have high blood sugar levels, your body considers that excess glucose toxic and tries to eliminate it through your kidneys. Wherever sugar goes in your body, water follows. This means you're literally urinating out the excess sugar and water multiple times every night, a condition called polyuria. But here's what's even more concerning. Insulin resistance causes an overactive bladder even when your blood sugar appears normal. Research studies have shown that dogs injected with insulin experience significantly more frequent urination, especially at night. This proves that insulin itself, not just high blood sugar, directly affects bladder function. Let me tell you about Thomas, a 62-year-old accountant who came to see me after years of assuming his nighttime urination was due to an enlarged prostate. His PSA levels were normal, his prostate was only slightly enlarged, but he was still waking up 3 to 4 times every night. When we tested his insulin levels, they were through the roof despite having normal blood sugar readings. After addressing his insulin resistance with the protocol I'm about to share, Thomas went from 3 to 4 bathroom trips per night to sleeping soundly for 7 to 8 hours straight. The cascade of problems insulin resistance creates. Insulin resistance doesn't just affect your bladder. It creates a cascade of problems that all contribute to nighttime urination. First, it forces your kidneys to work overtime, filtering out excess glucose and putting tremendous stress on these vital organs. This is why diabetes is the leading cause of kidney disease. Second, Insulin resistance creates serious electrolyte imbalances that affect your blood pressure regulation, particularly at night. When your electrolyte balance is disrupted, your body struggles to maintain proper fluid regulation, leading to more frequent urination. Third, insulin resistance significantly increases cortisol production. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and when it's elevated at night, it interferes with your natural sleep cycles and increases urination frequency. It's a vicious cycle. Poor sleep from frequent urination raises cortisol, which then causes more urination. If you're serious about finally getting a full night's sleep without bathroom interruptions, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I share breakthrough health strategies every week that could transform your quality of life in ways you never imagined. How insulin resistance specifically targets your urinary system. In women, insulin resistance actually weakens the pelvic floor muscles and bladder support structures, making urinary control more difficult. But in men, the effects are different and often more pronounced at night. Insulin resistance creates magnesium deficiency, which is crucial for proper muscle function. Your bladder is controlled by smooth muscles, and when you're deficient in magnesium, you lose proper control over these muscles. This means your bladder may signal that it's full when it's only partially filled, waking you up unnecessarily. Here's something most doctors never connect. Insulin resistance dramatically lowers testosterone levels. Testosterone plays a crucial role in bladder control and urinary function. As men age and testosterone naturally declines, nighttime urination problems typically worsen. Interestingly, men who undergo testosterone replacement therapy often see significant improvements in their bladder control and reduced nighttime urination. What's fascinating is that testosterone replacement therapy can actually help improve insulin resistance as well, creating a positive feedback loop that benefits both hormonal health and urinary function. Marcus, a 54-year-old construction worker, had been struggling with both low testosterone symptoms and frequent nighttime urination for 3 years. His doctor prescribed testosterone, but never addressed the underlying insulin resistance. While his energy improved, he was still waking up multiple times per night. Only when we addressed both the testosterone deficiency and the insulin resistance did Marcus finally achieve the deep, uninterrupted sleep he'd been missing. Sabotaging, the number one habit that's sabotaging your sleep. Now let me reveal the single most damaging habit that's making your nighttime urination worse: evening snacking. If you're eating anything, and I mean anything, after dinner, you're directly contributing to insulin resistance and guaranteeing more bathroom trips during the night. When you snack in the evening, especially on carbohydrates or sugary foods, you're spiking your insulin levels right when your body should be winding down for sleep. This elevated insulin stays in your system for hours, forcing your kidneys to work overtime filtering out excess glucose and causing frequent urination. But here's what most people don't realize. Even healthy evening snacks can trigger insulin responses that disrupt your sleep. That apple, those nuts, or even that small piece of cheese can be enough to keep your insulin levels elevated and your bladder active all night long. The evening snacking creates a vicious cycle. You don't sleep well because you're constantly getting up to urinate, which raises your stress hormones and makes you crave more snacks the next day. Poor sleep also disrupts the hormones that regulate hunger and satiety, making you more likely to reach for sugary or carbohydrate-rich snacks in the evening. Let me tell you about David, a 49-year-old sales manager who was convinced his nighttime urination was due to drinking too much water during the day. He tried restricting fluids after 6 p.m., but he was still waking up 2 to 3 times every night. The real problem wasn't what he was drinking. It was his nightly routine of snacking on crackers, fruit, or ice cream while watching TV. Within 2 weeks of eliminating all evening snacks, David's nighttime bathroom trips dropped from 2 to 3 per night to maybe once every few nights. The hidden role of salt in your urination problems. Here's something that might surprise you. If you're following a low-salt diet, you could actually be making your nighttime urination worse. Sodium helps your body retain fluid in the right compartments. And when you're deficient in salt, your fluid regulation becomes chaotic. Salt deficiency also increases cortisol production, which interferes with sleep quality and increases urination frequency. Many people who are constantly craving salty snacks in the evening are actually dealing with salt deficiency, not just habit or boredom. The solution isn't to eliminate salt entirely, but to ensure you're getting adequate, high-quality salt throughout the day so you won't have evening cravings. I recommend using sea salt or Himalayan pink salt rather than processed table salt, which lacks the trace minerals your body needs for proper fluid regulation. Now, let me give you the exact step-by-step protocol that has helped thousands of my patients reclaim their sleep and eliminate nighttime bathroom trips. Step 1. Immediately eliminate all eating after dinner. No snacks, no late-night meals, nothing that contains calories after your evening meal. This single change alone will dramatically reduce your insulin levels overnight and allow your kidneys to rest. If you absolutely must have something in the evening, stick to non-caloric options like herbal tea or plain water. But even then, limit fluid intake to small amounts to avoid overloading your bladder. Step 2. Adopt a low-carbohydrate eating pattern during the day. Keep your total daily carbohydrate intake under 30 grams to maximize insulin sensitivity. This means focusing on high-quality proteins, healthy fats, and low-carb vegetables for all your meals. I'm talking about following a properly formulated ketogenic diet, not the junk food version that many people attempt. This eating pattern has been proven to reverse insulin resistance more effectively than any other dietary approach. Step 3. Implement intermittent fasting. Start with 3 meals per day with no snacking, then gradually move to 2 meals daily by skipping breakfast. This extended period without food allows your insulin levels to normalize and gives your entire digestive and urinary system time to rest and reset. Don't worry about calories during your eating windows. Focus on eating nutrient-dense foods until you're satisfied. The goal is breaking the habit of constant eating and snacking that keeps insulin levels chronically elevated. Take a moment right now to leave a comment below telling me how many times you typically wake up at night to urinate. Your experience could help other men realize they're not alone in dealing with this frustrating problem. While dietary changes form the foundation of resolving nighttime urination, certain supplements can dramatically accelerate your results and address the underlying metabolic dysfunction. Vitamin D is absolutely crucial for insulin sensitivity and proper sleep regulation. Most men with insulin resistance are severely deficient in vitamin D, which compounds both the metabolic problems and sleep disruption. I recommend 4,000 to 6,000 international units of vitamin D3 daily, taken with a meal containing healthy fats for optimal absorption. Magnesium is equally important because insulin resistance creates magnesium deficiency, and magnesium deficiency worsens insulin resistance. It's a vicious cycle that must be broken. Magnesium also directly supports healthy muscle function, including the smooth muscles that control your bladder. I recommend taking 400 to 600 milligrams of magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate before bed. This not only supports insulin sensitivity, but also promotes deeper, more restful sleep quality. The combination of vitamin D and magnesium works synergistically to improve both insulin function and sleep quality, addressing both the root cause and the symptoms of nighttime urination. The reason this approach is so dramatically effective is that it addresses the actual cause rather than just treating symptoms. Most treatments for nighttime urination focus on the bladder, prostate, or urinary tract, but they ignore the metabolic dysfunction that's driving the problem. When you eliminate evening eating, reduce overall carbohydrate intake, and implement intermittent fasting, you're directly addressing insulin resistance, the root cause of 95% of nighttime urination cases. This isn't just symptom management, it's actually reversing the underlying condition. Within the first week, most men notice a reduction in nighttime bathroom trips. By the second week, many are sleeping through the night or waking up only once. By the third week, the majority achieve consistent, uninterrupted sleep for the first time in years. But the benefits extend far beyond just better sleep. As insulin resistance improves, men typically experience increased energy, better mood, improved sexual function, easier weight management, and better overall health markers. Let me share some real results from patients who implemented this protocol. Robert, whom I mentioned at the beginning, went from 4 to 5 bathroom trips per night to sleeping 7 to 8 hours straight within 3 weeks. But he also lost 15 pounds, had more energy than he'd had in years, And his wife said he was like a different person. Thomas, the accountant, not only resolved his nighttime urination, but also saw his blood pressure normalize and his energy levels soar. He told me that eliminating evening snacking was challenging for the first few days, but once he experienced a full night's sleep, he was completely motivated to continue. Marcus, the construction worker, combined this protocol with testosterone optimization and achieved results that exceeded even my expectations. His nighttime urination disappeared, his energy increased dramatically, and his overall quality of life improved substantially. David, the sales manager, was amazed that such a simple change, eliminating evening snacks, could have such a profound impact. He went from 2 to 3 bathroom trips per night to maybe once every few nights, and his sleep quality improved so much that he stopped needing afternoon naps for the first time in years. Here's something most people don't realize. Even adding just 30 minutes of uninterrupted sleep has massive health benefits. When you eliminate nighttime bathroom trips, you're not just getting more sleep, you're getting better quality, deeper sleep. Deep sleep is when your body repairs itself, consolidates memories, produces growth hormone, and regulates metabolism. Every time you wake up to urinate, you're interrupting these crucial processes. This is why men with frequent nighttime urination often feel exhausted even after spending 8 to 9 hours in bed. When you implement this protocol and start sleeping through the night, you'll notice improvements in your cardiovascular health, blood sugar regulation, stress levels, energy, cognitive function, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. It's not just about the bathroom trips. It's about reclaiming your entire health and vitality. The biggest challenge most men face is breaking the evening snacking habit. This behavior is often driven by boredom, stress, or simply routine, rather than actual hunger. The key is to identify your triggers and develop alternative strategies. If you snack while watching TV, try drinking herbal tea instead. If you snack when you're stressed, practice deep breathing or light stretching. If you snack out of habit, consciously redirect your attention to a different activity. One of the smartest strategies is simply not buying snack foods. If they're not in your house, you can't impulsively eat them. This eliminates the willpower battle entirely. Some men worry about feeling hungry if they stop evening snacking. In reality, most evening hunger is habit-driven rather than physiological need. When you're eating adequate protein and healthy fats during your regular meals, true hunger in the evening should be rare. Consider the hidden costs of chronic sleep disruption from nighttime urination. Poor sleep quality is linked to increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, depression, cognitive decline, and numerous other health problems. The medical costs of these conditions far exceed the simple dietary changes needed to resolve insulin resistance. Many men spend hundreds of dollars on prostate supplements, medications, or even procedures that don't address the real problem. Meanwhile, the solution, dietary changes and basic supplements, cost virtually nothing compared to these ineffective treatments. There's also the cost to your career and relationships. Chronic sleep deprivation affects your performance at work, your patience with family members, and your overall quality of life. The economic impact of these factors is substantial over time. While resolving nighttime urination might be your immediate goal, addressing insulin resistance has profound long-term health benefits. You'll significantly reduce your risk of developing type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, and many forms of cancer. Your energy levels will stabilize throughout the day without the afternoon crashes that plague most men over 40. Your mood will improve as your sleep quality enhances and your stress hormones normalize. Many men also experience improvements in sexual function as testosterone levels optimize and blood flow improves. Weight management becomes effortless when insulin resistance is resolved. The constant hunger and cravings that drive overeating disappear when your hormones are properly regulated. Many men find they naturally reach and maintain their ideal weight without conscious effort. Here's what you can realistically expect when following this protocol consistently. Week 1. You'll likely notice some reduction in nighttime bathroom trips, especially if you completely eliminate evening eating. Sleep quality may start improving. Week 2. Most men see significant improvement, often cutting their nighttime trips in half or more. Energy levels during the day typically start increasing. Week 3 to 4. This is usually when the dramatic improvements occur. Many men achieve their first full nights of uninterrupted sleep in years. Daytime energy, mood, and cognitive function noticeably improve. Month 2 to 3. Sleep quality becomes consistently excellent. The metabolic improvements from reversing insulin resistance become apparent in energy levels, mood stability, and often weight loss. Month 3 to 6. Long-term benefits like improved cardiovascular health, better hormone balance, and enhanced overall vitality become established. Here's exactly what you need to do starting tonight to begin resolving your nighttime urination problem. Tonight, don't eat anything after dinner. If you normally snack in the evening, drink herbal tea or plain water instead. Notice how this affects your sleep and morning bathroom frequency. Tomorrow, plan your meals to include adequate protein and healthy fats so you feel satisfied without needing snacks. Begin reducing your carbohydrate intake, focusing on vegetables rather than grains or sugary foods. This week, eliminate all evening eating and begin implementing intermittent fasting by extending the time between your last meal and your first meal the next day. Next week, if you haven't already, start taking vitamin D3 and magnesium supplements to support the metabolic changes you're making. Within a month, you should be experiencing dramatically improved sleep quality and significantly reduced nighttime urination. Use this success to motivate continued adherence to the protocol. As we conclude today's discussion, I want you to understand that what we've covered isn't just about stopping nighttime urination. This is about reclaiming your energy, your health, and your quality of life. When you address insulin resistance through proper eating patterns and lifestyle changes, you're not just treating a symptom, you're preventing serious chronic diseases and optimizing your health for decades to come. The men who implement this protocol consistently don't just sleep better, they feel like they've turned back the clock 10 to 15 years. Their energy returns, their mood improves, their relationships benefit, and they rediscover the vitality they thought was gone forever. Remember Robert's transformation from 4 to 5 bathroom trips per night to sleeping peacefully through the night? That same transformation is available to you, starting with the simple decision to stop eating after dinner tonight. Your sleep quality affects every aspect of your life, your work performance, your relationships, your physical health, and your mental well-being. You have the power to transform all of these areas by addressing the root cause of your nighttime urination. The protocol I've shared today has helped thousands of men reclaim their sleep and their lives. The only question remaining is whether you'll take action tonight or continue accepting disrupted sleep as an inevitable part of aging. Thank you for watching, and remember, you don't have to accept nighttime urination as normal or inevitable. With the right approach addressing the real underlying cause, you can sleep peacefully through the night and wake up feeling refreshed and energized. I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore more strategies for optimal men's health after 50.